for each of you, what was kind of the beginnings of you getting involved in this? Like, how were you first approached, and how did kind of the audition process go before actually getting fully signed on?
I think it's one of those things where when you read a story and you become hooked to it, you can't stop reading it, and you just get so involved in everything. And I was looking up on the internet, like, if they had cast anyone, and I actually sent a letter to Gary Ross asking if I could audition and how much I wanted to be in the movie. And I originally auditioned for Katniss, but because I'm 14, I'm way too young. So they called me back a week later and said, we'd love if you could come in and read for Clove. And I went and met with Deborah Zane and had a really good discussion with her and read the sides, and then got a call, I think, 2 to 3 weeks later saying that I got it. And I cried. I was so happy.
Yeah, The Hunger Games was actually the all-school read at my school, so everybody had to read it. And I normally am like, I don't want to read it, but all my friends were like, you gotta read it, it is great. And quickly became hooked, read the first one, the second one, waited till midnight for the third one, looked up like potential cast videos on YouTube because I loved it so much. And I actually knew Gary Ross's daughter, Claudia, and her dad was interviewing kids that had read the books that were fans of it. So I went in, did an interview with him, and then 2 weeks later, I got a call and he wanted me to come in and read for Foxface. And I was completely flipping out that I even had the opportunity to go in and audition. And so the fact that I got the part is still mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I first came across the books when I found out they were making the movies. That's kind of when I first heard about them, and I became hooked right away. I love the story. My character Peter was so interesting to me. I connect with him on so many levels. So for me, yeah, I just kind of a passion sort of thing that I felt towards this story and the characters, and had a couple of auditions. The second one being with Jennifer Lawrence as a chemistry read, and they all went fantastic, I thought. But I've thought that before and not gotten jobs, so you never know. And it was literally like a week and a half, 2 weeks after I'd done the second audition before I found out, and it was absolute torture. I was like killing myself, waiting to get the phone call. Every time my phone was like, hello? Oh, God. Okay. And it's to the point where literally if a word began with H, I would say hunger. I'd be like, so are we having people over tonight to whatever? And it was a mild obsession. But yeah, it was very relieving once I finally got that phone call.
Well, and what you mentioned a second ago, Jacqueline, about, did it seem like they were actively trying to find people that were fans? Was that like a thing that was actually like a part of this?
Hard not to find people that aren't fans of the book.
Yeah.
But instead of just casting actors that didn't know anything about the parts, they actually did pursue people that were hardcore fans.
I think people just, when you read a book and you really connect to it, people kind of have ideas when they find out it's being made into a movie of what they want. And I mean, you could probably search any book that you really enjoy and on the internet, and there'll probably be like some fan-made cast about it. And I think they just choose actors that they think have the right look or that they really look up to and admire. And so, but this is always before even the casting process usually begins. So,
my website gave away some passes for the mall tour today.
Oh, nice!
I've never seen more passionate and
yeah.
amazing emails, and some of them are a little weird, but
don't give them passes. Don't give the weird ones passes.
Yeah, believe me, some of those I did.
Keep them at bay.
So
yeah,
you're safe.
Thank you.
But no, I was curious what sort of fan experiences you guys have had. Because obviously, being a part of something like this, I'm sure the fans, being as passionate as they are, I'm sure they want to approach you and talk to you. And like, what are some of the experiences that you've had, with an actual fan coming up to you, and some of the things that, like maybe some weird experiences or fun experiences?
I have a few.
To say the least, they're very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I was recognized once on a street near my school, and it was pajama day, so naturally I was wearing bright pink footy pajamas covered in cats with sheep slippers. And
naturally.
Just for the visual. And these girls were kind of looking at me, and I just smiled, and then I went across the street, and then they yelled, "We love you, Foxface!" and then like sprinted the other way. And I remember standing there like, "Hi!" Like, oh God, like what am I wearing? But that was crazy. That was really cool.
I think, for me, the mall events have been kind of just wild and out there.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier today. I didn't know humans could reach such a pitch when screaming. I think there's a certain age range you have to be in. I think it's like 11 to 17-year-old girls. But it's amazing to see that and hear that. I think my craziest fan experience, I was actually back home in Kentucky with my family for the holidays around Christmas time, and it was actually the day after Christmas. I was having dinner at my house with my grandparents and whatnot, and we just finished dinner, and my doorbell rang, and I went to go get the door, as one does, and there is a mom standing there with these two girls, and they instantly do that scream that's that level that you don't understand, and start crying. And they have literally clothes that have my face and my character's face and pita bread and all sorts of things all over it. And they continue on to tell me that they had driven down to my house from Chicago on the chance that I might be home for the holidays. And then they also said that they saw me eating dinner and they didn't want to wait. They wanted to wait so they didn't interrupt my dinner and ring the doorbell afterwards. So, like, they're polite stalkers, I guess.
So you've moved since then, right?
Exactly. No, I don't live there. I live in Los Angeles. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. One that I hope not to have any more of. It was great for once. Like once, oh wow, this is crazy. But never again.
I got this one experience, and it's happened more than once, where people pretend to know me. And when they don't, and I really feel uncomfortable when I feel like I don't remember someone. Totally. And so I was on vacation once, and this guy goes, Isabelle, and I'm like, hi.
Hey, you?
And he's just like, we don't know each other, but I just wanted to sit down. He's like, sits down next to me at the dinner table, and he's just like, just wanted to come up and say hi. And I'm like, that's great. And so I'm on the beach with my friend, and we go to the water, and he would follow us and be like, oh, hey, Isabelle. And I'm just like,
it's so funny seeing you
hi.
here.
Like, good
so
to
random.
see you. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's related to the Hunger Games. I think that's just a creepy guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No relation at all to an actor or anything.
But still, that was the craziest fan experience I've ever had. I mean, the malls was something, but that, other than that, I mean, I go to school, I go see my friends, that's about it.
You mentioned talking to your parents about this and everything. How have your friends and families, like obviously when you're an actor and you cast a part, it's always exciting, hey, I got this part. Mm-hmm. But do they really seem to grasp the scope of what it is that you're now involved with and how big this project is? Like, how have they been reacting to that?
I don't think my mom really grasped the scope until yesterday.
Oh, really?
Because yesterday was crazy, and I mean, even I didn't even expect that.
Yeah, same.
The entire time it was happening, I was looking around like, this is happening right now? The mall, yeah. There were so many people that showed up, and just to see that people were crying and just so excited to be there, and like waiting in line for hours, like the amount of passion and attachment they must have to the series is huge. And I think it makes you feel very special to be a part of it, because you realize how many people really enjoy the book and getting to bring it to life for them, which is a whole new experience. I know my friends were excited. My friend actually locked me in a bathroom for an hour and a half trying to get me to spill something about the movie.
They're no longer friends.
Yeah. No, but we still are. That's the funny part.
A good friend does not lock you in a bathroom for an hour and a half to get information from you.
She was just like, you have to tell me something. And I'm like, I can't. And so she's like, oh, can you grab me something in the bathroom? I'm like, sure. So I just walk in there, door shut.
Booby trapped.
I know. I escaped through the window, so it's okay.
Great friend.
I really love her, though. What?
Yeah.
She probably did. She probably did.
Yeah.
No, but my friends are excited for me, and my sister is just kind of like, my nickname at home is Fetchy, so she's like, my little Fetchy's all grown up. So.
Is there any worry about the kind of the fandom aspect of it? Like, are they concerned maybe that this is a little bit too much? Is there ever that concern?
Too much. Like, what being too much?
Well, just
concern about us.
Yeah,
for us to think it's too much. Concern about my safety. Well, we have the best security team in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
So they definitely are on top of it. Oh yeah, he's a tyrant. That guy. Anyways,
he's so cool.
They do a great job of keeping us safe. They do a lot of like security walkthroughs and everything like that. But no, I mean, for me, it's just going out and those events and seeing their passion. It's scary in the sense I've never seen people be so passionate about something before, and to know that it has to do with me in some way is kind of crazy.